watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark. You'll...
Finally, we got Invincible. I have people argue with me all the time. What's the difference between an anime and a cartoon? In my opinion, honestly, it's purely subjective. Was Spawn a cartoon or was Spawn an anime? Is South Park an anime? Samurai Jack, like realistically, what was Toonami? Yeah, it had crazy good cartoons, but honestly, it had some major hyper-focused anime. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and many, many more. And with that age-old question, in 2023, that argument still holds true. That's where Invincible comes in. My take that this anime, it's not traditional. Similar like Cyberpunk 2077, that whenever you check this out, it's a video game or it's a comic, but it finally has an animated adaptation. Invincible legit came out of nowhere and peaked in animation, mixed with a brutal yet grueling cast of characters. And just so y'all know, this will be a spoiler alert video. Let's just jump straight into it. It is in the perfect world where we get to see the boys, but from a truly dark and evil animation. The animation is crispy and clear, but it does have that cartoonish effect that gets you hyper invested. We get a slew of different characters who you wouldn't think you'd get attached to, but just like the boys on Prime and Game of Thrones, don't worry, it won't last long. This shit is dark, and once you become invested after a few episodes, you'll immediately be hooked. We learn that the future of the superheroes are based out of the US as always, and they're contracted. So they don't have the quote unquote compound V, but they're naturally born this way. So my favorite part about this and the boys, and the reason I'm comparing those two because I really do think they're very similar. You get an animated version, then you get the realistic, hyper focused, super crispy clean, essentially looks like real life. Invincible, like I said, it came out of nowhere. And let's not get it twisted, this shit is dark. All right, it's a very dark show. Now you have your typical archetypes. You have the Superman who's normally the Man of Steel, Mr. Honorable, and all that jazz. As I said, compared to the boys, it's Homelander, which is a variation, and in my opinion, a contract killer. But then you get Omni-Man. Omni-Man in Invincible he's a brute. And the latter two, they have to cross over. At some point, I need to see Omni-Man versus Homelander. The new Mortal Kombat adaptation that came out in September, they really stepped up by adding Omni-Man. Call of Duty stepped up. They had Homelander. So now we need to have some type of superhero battle. We need to have something on YouTube come out. But Omni-Man is the darkest, most evil, corrupt character I've ever seen. Just like your other characters, you have the Flash arc, or in the boys, it's A-Train, and Invincible is Rexplode, or as I like to call him, Cuckboy. You get the gist, but there's something about Invincible that just does it right. The two main characters are Mark Grayson, which is Invincible, and his father Nolan Grayson, a.k.a. Omni-Man. Y'all been following the videos. Y'all know I'm a sucker for the main character, and I still stand by it. Like, I like the guy with all the OP power. He's got the super cool voice lines. Well, in this case, I'm taking the opposite side, all right, Thanos style. This man, Omni-Man, is an anti-hero. And here comes y'all's first spoiler. I have to ride with the villain here. Pops, Omni-Man. He's that guy. He's that villain.
It's me, Mark.
Yeah, man, they getting it in. Now do a little back and forth. Like I said, they're presented as good, and they truly are. They're all paraded around on the news. My man Nolan, he even has a wife and his son. He's portrayed as a family man. And that's the hook part right there. That's what gets you going. But you see, once you see Nolan snap, your jaw's going to be stuck on the floor. Now, his son, he's a normal kid, just like in MCU fashion. He's ignorant to his superhero powers until he grows in them. Once he becomes a certain age, he starts to unlock them. And, well, since his dad is the best, well-known, overpowered superhero in the world, there's no better person for him to learn from than Omni-Man. With all of that being said, his dad also knows his true potential. And to the core, Nolan, Omni-Man, is a Viltrumite, all right? He knows that he needs to push his son to his limits. And holy shit. When they begin this training, we see that darkness that Omni-Man possesses. And then we finally get the meme that took over the internet. It took over the whole world in 2021.
So you can watch everyone around you die. Think!
See that? Like, there's something about knowing a meme but not seeing the show, and then whenever you finally see it in action, it is pure glee. And this show does it. All right. Now, Similar to Baki and Hell's Paradise, it does get gory, but damn does it have a good storyline. That's why I believe, even though it toes the line between cartoon and anime, the story within itself and being a comic book and having that adaptation, it makes it an anime. Mark having to take the back seat, even though he is the main protagonist and plays a more significant role, the falls short to Omni-Man. Of course, because of Big Brother YouTube, you gotta speed this up. But in these clips, you're just gonna see what true power looks like. You're gonna see what unadulterated chaos looks like. Omni-Man is a Viltrumite. He is riding for his team. He is riding for his hood no matter what. Nothing will stand in front of him. He is training his son to the T, to the gills. But whenever he goes whole hog, there's no stopping him. And Mark finally gets a piece of that. He is here for humanity. He's got a girl. He's got his mom. He's got his friends. Not Omni-Man. He is here to be a Viltrumite. He is here because of his race, and he sees this all as a mission. Whether you believe this is an anime or cartoon or not, I really do enjoy this series, and that gets me so hyped for season 2. It's so perfect that it's coming out November 3rd. But I ain't gonna lie, that's mad ballsy knowing that the grand finale of Eren Yeager is coming up right behind it that Saturday, November 4th. However, I digress. In my matchmaking rankings, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Y'all know I don't like to rank animes, but being it's so controversial to see if it's a cartoon or an anime, I want to show this show the respect that it deserves. That's all I got. So let me tell you, do you think it's an anime or not? Is it on the same purgatory as Spawn? You tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow your boy on Threads, IG, all that at DT Burdett. Holler back at you next time.